The Philadelphia 76ers have locked up Joel Embiid on a 4-year extension worth $196 million. It is a supermax extension, which alongside the 2 years he already has remaining on his deal, will extend him through the 2026-27 season, where he is going to be guaranteed $261 million throughout those 6 years. So if you're a Philadelphia 76ers fan, you have to be happy today. The most crucial part to your future is locked up. And considering the fact that it is still unsure as to whether Ben Simmons will be around for the long term or not, and even the fact that that relationship between the two of Embiid and Simmons doesn't seem to be great, the fact that Embiid has still been willing to commit to Philadelphia long term is a very big positive for Philadelphia fans. Now, Joel Embiid is currently 27, and the reason I mention that is because this contract will see him through until he is 33, and at the end of that last season, approaching 34. Embiid is not going to be someone that is going to have a prolonged NBA career. He's just not. He is someone who has had injury problems and continues to have injury problems throughout his career. He has played 31, 63, 64, 51, and 51 games and missed the first 2 years of his career. That's just the nature of his build. He's gotten in better shape, but that's just the way his body is. When you're at 280 pounds and 7 feet tall, that's going to happen. And so Joel Embiid being paid until he is at age 33, there might not be much basketball left for him on this after this deal. This might be the rest of Joel Embiid's career, or nothing less, the rest of the good part of Joel Embiid's career, because I don't think he plays that much past 33, or at least not at a high level. And so, obviously, the Philadelphia 76ers have him locked up, and that's great. And this is a big, big win if you're a Philadelphia 76ers fan. But that now means that you have a window to win. This is the era of the process. Your era of the process to win has about 6 more years on it. I would say probably at most, if not less, before either Joel Embiid is unhappy, before either Joel Embiid just doesn't want to play anymore, before Joel Embiid more than likely has too many injury concerns or has a major injury and he does not play in the league anymore, or he just gets worn down due to the wear and tear in the league and the accumulation of all the injuries he has had. And so the Philadelphia 76ers have to find a way in these next 6 years, whether they make it work with Ben Simmons and Ben Simmons figures it out, whether it's Ben Simmons gets moved this summer and Daryl Morey decides that he's not going to be able to get everything in the league from an individual's team in a Ben Simmons trade and finds a way to get rid of him and get rid of some assets in return. Whatever it is that the 76ers do now moving forward, they have their star locked up. That is the hardest part. They have their guy. Embiid is there for the next 6 seasons. They have him now. But what they do as a team building, a roster building standpoint throughout these next 6 seasons and how they can surround the talent around Joel Embiid, that's what matters now. And that's what I would be focusing on now as a Philadelphia 76er fan, because this is the era. Your 6 years of Joel Embiid will determine how successful the process was or wasn't. Because as of right now, the success of the process and the peak of the process is losing to an eventual NBA champion in the Toronto Raptors via the shot of Kawhi Leonard. That's the peak. And to be quite frank, I'm not a Philadelphia 76ers fan, but I don't think I'd be very darn happy with that if now 5 years, 7 years down the road, you look back at the last 15 years of your franchise, the suffering of the process, and then bearing the fruit of it, and that's the peak. I really hope for the Philadelphia 76ers' sake that that is not their peak, and they can build some talent around Joel Embiid and see Joel Embiid get some success. But that is where I stand now about the Philadelphia 76ers. They have determined their window. This is their window. The Joel Embiid extension represents their winning window for me as far as I'm concerned. And I am very intrigued to see what they are going to be able to do in that winning window moving forward. With that being said, if you guys did enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new for more NBA content like this. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below about this extension for the Philadelphia 76ers of Joel Embiid and what moves they could look to make in the rest of this offseason and in the next couple of years as they look to try and win some titles around Joel Embiid. With that being said, if you guys do, as I mentioned, if you do enjoy NBA content like this, then be sure to stay tuned. I have lots of big project videos coming out over the rest of the summer, so be sure to stay tuned for those as we have some fun ideas coming out. That being said, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.